Chase Burns is ready to bring the heat in his much-anticipated Major League debut.
You are Locked On Reds, your daily Cincinnati Reds podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome into the Locked On Reds podcast. My name is Jeff Carr, and I'm a lifelong Cincinnati Reds fan. I've been podcasting about this team now into my 7th season, and I'm glad that you're alongside me here today. Locked On Reds is part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We are your team, your Cincinnati Reds, every single day. And on today's show, Nick Martinez may be living up to his contract in a very unanticipated way. I'll tell you how later on in today's show. In a few minutes, we'll get to how Elly Cruz took over on Monday and showed why he is still the biggest reason to believe in the Reds this year. But I want to begin with Chase Burns because tonight, and I kind of appreciate this, and we talked about yesterday the concerns that I have surrounding the call-up, not around the player, but around the Reds' decision to call up Chase Burns. Chase Burns himself is super talented, and I want to get into what to expect from him tonight because he is going to be a lot of fun to watch, even if this is a bit of a struggle of a start for him. But I really believe that he is ready for this moment. Chase Burns is a guy that whenever it was announced that the Reds were calling him up, which to their credit, they announced it a couple of days ago so they could build some anticipation. They could get their players in the locker room fired up, and they could get the fans in the stands fired up about what's about to happen. And I'm kind of glad that they treated this moment with that sort of pomp and circumstance, because he's a guy, you get picked number 2 overall, you think, okay, this guy's something. He's going to be a big thing going on for this team for a while. That starts tonight. He has got a lot of great things that you're going to see. Number 1 that you're going to see, his delivery, man, it is electric. There's something about the way that Chase Burns throws a pitch that gets me fired up. When you watch him throw a baseball and the way that he kind of finishes his delivery, he's got a snap motion, but not like a snap motion that you're worried he's going to have an arm injury at any moment. Like, it works. It all works for him super smoothly, to the fact that he can throw some amazing pitches. He's got a 4-pitch mix that we're going to see. I believe we're going to see all 4 pitches. Now, he's got 2 pitches that are much better than the other 2. But all of his pitches, at least according to scouting grades, are average or better. His fastball and his slider are his main combination. Both pitches, according to scouts, are 70 grade pitches. Now, that's on the 20 to 80 scale. And quite frankly, you gotta be really stinking good to get an 80. I don't even know that scouts give out 80s. So the fact that he got a 70 grade for both his fastball and his slider, and he hasn't even made it to the majors yet, is a big deal. But his fastball sits around 98. It's like 97 to 98, and it touches 100 on a regular occurrence. It's not like, once or twice a start he's going to hit 100. He's going to be up there with Hunter Green as far as triple-digit pitches are concerned for the rest of the year. And then you see the slider, which sits around 90. I mean, we're talking about, I don't know if it's as fast as Aroldis Chapman's slider was. If you remember Aroldis Chapman, when he first came up, his slider was around 92, 93. But it is every bit as devastating, because everybody that's watched him says, all right, dude can really spin a fastball, but you are not touching that slider. And it's a lot of fun to watch. He also has a changeup and a curveball. The changeup is a 50 grade, which is Major League average. And then his curveball is a 55 grade, so just slightly above Major League average. But both of those pitches are pretty good as well. And he mixes them in decently regularly, at least according to the data that we have from 2 starts out of AAA. So to say that we know anything about him right now, it's a little bit of a folly, but we can kind of make some assumptions as to what we'll see. We're going to see mostly fastballs and sliders and a little bit of changeups and curveballs. But in case you are not aware and you only saw the 1 inning that he threw in spring training, dude has been lighting up the minor leagues this year, from Dayton to Chattanooga to Louisville. He's thrown 66 innings. In those 66 innings, he has 89 strikeouts. Yeah, 89 strikeouts, 66 innings. And oh, by the way, he's given up just 51 base runners. He has 38 more strikeouts than he gave up base runners. And by the way, those base runners, only 13 of them were walks. 89 to 13 strikeout to walk ratio. Please give me all of that. Give me all of that in your major league career, and the rest is going to take care of itself. Now, I will say this. It's really interesting to see his splits against right-handers and left-handers, because against left-handers, he gave up an OPS of 505, so on-base plus slugging of 505. That's not very good. Like, guys weren't really hitting him that hard. As far as left-handers, that's not good for the hitters, right? Not Chase Burns, but that's not good for the hitters, a 505 OPS. Right-handers had a 371 OPS against Chase Burns. Chase Burns struck out, get this. This is a number, this is crazy, and I saw that, shout out to our friend Doug Gray over at Reds Minor Leagues. He was really kind of breaking this down. He said Chase Burns has struck out 51% of the right-handed batters that he has faced in the minor leagues. I don't know that that's going to be the case in the majors, but man, if any of this dominance somehow translates to the major leagues this year, man, Reds is going to be so much fun to watch moving forward. But I think it's also interesting too, like he has a track record of performance, even in college. When he went to Wake Forest in 2024, transferred over there, he broke Rhett Lauder's single-season strikeout record. Like, Rhett Lauder set the record in 2023. Chase Burns is like, hold my beer. He struck out 191 batters in 2024. So, it's crazy that this dude has pitched as well as he has pitched, and he is just getting going. Now, his growth is going to be in his command and his control. His stuff is what has gotten him here. And this is really exciting is what it is, because Derek Johnson has said he wants to predicate his pitching staff, his organizational pitching staff, on stuff. They can teach command and control as you go along, but if you got stuff, you got a real good shot to be a good major league pitcher. That's what Chase Burns is. Chase Burns is I'm pretty sure, like, based on everything that I've read about him, based on everything that I've read about what Derek Johnson has said about how he views pitching, I think if you could build a pitching android that Derek Johnson put together the blueprints for, Chase Burns would be that android. He is the droids that Derek Johnson is looking for, and we're going to see it here tonight. I'm not expecting him to come out and throw a shutout. I'm expecting he's probably going to get rocked. We might see him give up a home run or two just because he's facing Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. You throw the wrong strike to either one of those guys, they're going to hit the ball into the river. I mean, we saw that last night with Nick Lodolo going middle to Aaron Judge, and he hit it up into the bleachers. So that's going to happen. But I don't think we're going to see a start like what we saw from Chase Petty, right? Chase Petty earlier this year didn't look like he was ready. Chase Burns is. Chase Burns is very ready for this moment, and I'm very excited to see what he has got for us, because there's a reason. I mean, I feel like it's easy, and if you're a little bit pessimistic when it comes to, players and coaches talking to the media and how they frame what they say, you're probably thinking, well, yeah, they were told to say this. I don't buy that at all, because every player that they're talking to about Chase Burns is really excited. And they know. They're in the game every single day. They know that Chase Burns is ready, and I'm so ready to watch him pitch. But bringing it back to the team and bringing back to what happened on Monday, Elly De La Cruz is him. And he showed why on Monday. Guys, you've probably heard about Viagra or Cialis. You might have even tried them. But if you're looking for something beyond the usual pill, it's time to meet Rugiet Ready. Rugiet Ready is a next-gen prescription treatment designed to amplify arousal in the brain and boost blood flow. Unlike the usual pills that can take hours, Rugiet's 3-in-1 formula dissolves under your tongue and kicks in fast. on average in 15 minutes, and effects can last up to 36 hours, so you can stay confident and in control when the moment is right. Head to Rugiet.com/LockedOnMLB and use code LockedOnMLB to save 15% off today. That's RUGIET.com/LockedOnMLB and use the promo code LockedOnMLB to save 15% off. Individual results may vary with prescription and treatment. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law but are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. Please visit the Rugiet website for full safety information. Thank you for making Locked On Reds part of your everyday routine. If you are not an everydayer, make sure that you hit that subscribe button right here on YouTube or on your favorite podcasting app. We're on here every single day talking about your Cincinnati Reds. Plus, when you hit that subscribe button, you'll also be able to check out Tim Daniel in the Reds postcast live at the final out of every game and in your audio feed shortly thereafter. All right, Monday night was a lot of fun. It didn't start out fun, right? The Reds lineup actually, it seemed like they had, I tweeted out, it looked like the Reds lineup had dinner plans. The first 3 innings, Yankees starter Alan Winans threw a total of 24 pitches. That was insane to me. There were so many at-bats where the Reds were just popping balls straight up into the air and hitting a ground ball right to the second baseman, things like that. Very, very fast outs, and I was kind of worried because also Aaron Judge hit a home run in the first inning. It hit the bleachers, but my gosh, that was a huge shot. But then Elly Cruz took over. He hit a triple. He scored. He hit a homer later in the game. He had a single as well. He was doing everything. And this is why. This is why there is no reason to quit this team, is because of Elly Cruz, because he can take over a game, and he's starting to in a different way. In years past, it has been with the speed. It has been with stolen bases. It has been taking the extra base. This year it's at the plate, where we have said over the last couple of seasons, when is Elly going to really break out with the bat? It's now. If you're seeing what he is doing and you're not appreciating it, let me help you with that. Because this season, at least according to mine and Steve's favorite stat to really talk about hitters, according to OPS Plus, he is 29% above league average. And I think we're only just seeing him continue to scratch the surface right now, because if you look at what he's done since the calendar turned to June, wow, in 20 games in the month of June, Elly has 24 hits. Elly is hitting .333. He's getting on base at a .422 clip. Excuse me, is this thing on? Elly's getting on 42%. He's getting on base 42% of the time. And he is slugging .750 in 20 games in the month of June. I get it. In the grand scheme of things, as far as 162 games are concerned, that's still a small sample size, but this is not a tiny sample size. We're getting into the sample size realm of, okay, we might be able to discern from some trends from this. And for anybody that wants to sit there and talk about strikeouts, how about this one? In 20 games in the month of June, Elly's strikeout to walk ratio is 15-11. We are living in a world where Elly Cruz is almost to the point that he's walking as much as he's striking out. Now, I get it, early on in the season, he was striking out a little bit more, but even if you want to expand it to the whole season, Elly Cruz is striking out 25% of the time. That's the number. That's the number that we're all saying. If he gets down to 25% of the time, we could be talking about MVP caliber numbers. Boom, we found it. Because according to Baseball Reference, his on-pace numbers right now, if you take these first 79 games of the season, and if he just replicates what he has done, right, he just continues his pace. He doesn't increase it or nothing like that. He just continues what he has done. Elly's going to finish the season with 37 home runs and 113 RBIs. Now we talking? It also says that he's on pace for like 43 steals, which still seems low to me, but I'm kind of the mindset he's become so valuable at the plate that I'm not that mad that the stolen bases has kind of dipped a little bit. But I love what I've seen from him, and it's clear he is getting it. He was asked after the game, what's been the biggest change for you? What has led to all of this? And he's just like, I just understand what my pitch is, and I understand what the pitcher's pitch is, and I don't swing at that one. Baseball's an easy game when you break it down, and Elly is finding that. Elly is the guy. We've talked about this all through, even his minor league career, that the moment you set something in front of him as a challenge and you say, you got to fix this, man, you got to get better at this, he does. Period. End of story. There's not a single thing that you say, get better at this, and he hasn't gotten better at that. Elly is like the baseball, I don't even know what to describe of it. Like baseball Jedi, baseball Super Saiyan. I've got too many references going around in my mind. He is just phenomenal. And we've got to start recognizing how amazing he is. Consider for the fact, again, and I've said this before, but I will say it again, the stat that says a hitter is getting lucky or unlucky, batting average on balls in play, last year, it's 30 points higher than it is this year. But his actual batting average, the thing that you get paid on, you don't get paid on BABIP. The thing you get paid on, his actual batting average, is almost 20 points higher year over year. Somehow he has taken a leap with a stat that says he should be falling back, and he has gotten better. And it's because he is making better quality of contact, more efficient contact. He knows where to put the ball. It's not as if he's getting lucky doing this. Elly De La Cruz is him. Period. Ask me something. Ask me anything about Elly De La Cruz. I'll tell you he's gotten better at it. I think he's even gotten better defensively. And that's where everybody wants to focus their attacks on him now. Because you can't attack him at the plate. You can't attack him on the base paths. That's the other thing. As much as he has kind of like dipped down in his total number of stolen bases, he has really ticked up the smart base running, right? He's not getting thrown out like he used to be. He is not making the boneheaded mistakes that he used to. And we said this was going to happen, right? If you listen to Locked On Reds, we told you Elly De La Cruz is going to get so much better. And here he comes. He is doing everything that we have asked of him, and he's going to make the All-Star game. I mean, if he doesn't get voted in, which the voting thing, don't get me started on it. It's stupid. Fan voting doesn't work in any scenario. That's why fans don't vote on season awards. They would only go to popular players on big market teams. But Elly De La Cruz is going to make the All-Star game because Dave Roberts is going to pick him as an alternate, something like that. He absolutely is deserving to be the starting shortstop of the National League, but that's just not going to happen because of the whole fan voting thing. But he's going to make it to that Midsummer Classic, and the world's going to see. He's probably going to do something really fun in the All-Star game. I don't think he should hit in the home run derby. I don't want to see that. I know that was a question that was asked on a live show a couple of weeks ago, but because everything that he is doing at the plate just looks so good right now, I don't want there to be anything that messes that up. And just about every hitter that's competed in the home run derby and gone past the first round says, yeah, that messes things up. But here's the thing. Elly De La Cruz is him. Period. And you know what? There's something else going on with the Reds, and this is on the pitching side of things because Nick Martinez may be finding a different way to provide the value that we think his contract says he should be doing. Did you ever look into your bank account and be like, man, where did all that money go? I know, I've been there, But I've stopped doing that because of Monarch Money. Monarch Money can help monitor your spending with you and puts all of your accounts on one page, so it makes it easy to monitor your financial well-being. I'm financially thriving now, not just financially surviving, because of Monarch Money. I see my deposit accounts, I see my credit accounts, I see my investment accounts, all in one place, and I just need one login to get to them. Plus, you can set spending alerts if you spend too much at Taco Bell. It happens. Monarch Money is helping me fix that, though. It can help you, too. Go to monarchmoney.com right now and use the promo code LOCKEDONMLB. You'll save 50% off your first year of really growing your financial portfolio. monarchmoney.com/LockedOnMLB for 50% off. Monarch Money, start financially thriving today. If you can't watch us on YouTube, you can always listen to us on your favorite podcasting app. We're seriously on all of them out there. Check us out today. And when you're done, make sure you check out Locked On MLB Game Night. They watch every game every night so that you don't have to. All right, here recently I've seen something that interests me a little bit because we've been talking about all year that it seems like the Reds errantly gave the qualifying offer to Nick Martinez. They didn't think he would accept it. He did. He now makes $21 million. Not sure if he can ever live up to that because that is ace-level material. And Nick Martinez is a good pitcher. He is not an ace pitcher. But there might be a different way that he can provide value to this team. Think about what starting pitchers do. Starting pitchers throw every fifth day. Even the best of them throw every fifth day until you get to the playoffs, and the playoffs necessitate a much quicker, much more truncated rest period where guys pitch every third day or fourth day or something like that. Nick Martinez has always been a guy that struggles the third time through the order. Once you get a third time through the order against Nick Martinez, his stats are horrible. I mean, opposing hitters tee off on him. And I think here recently he has tried to tweak his game a little bit, and it's messed him up. Because he's like, let's see if I can get a third time through the order. And maybe I just pitch the way that I pitched the third time through the order the first time through the order, and then I pitch backwards. Ooh, well, he's getting rocked the first time through the order now. So there's something about the way that he has been pitching that's made me wonder a bit. And now, over the last 3 days, Nick Martinez has made 2 appearances. He started on Thursday, pitched horribly, didn't pitch that long, and then he made a relief appearance on Saturday, and he made a relief appearance on Monday. I almost wonder, because the deficiency about a good starting pitcher, and this is why you're always, debating the value of a pitcher to a hitter, and they're so different because one of them plays every day, the other doesn't. I'm not saying Nick Martinez is trying to figure out how to play every day, but if you take the fact that his career proves you cannot pitch him a third time through the order, and he's like, all right, don't pitch me a third time through the order. Pitch me, 2 to 3 to 4 innings and do it every other day. That's interesting. Because if you look on the MLB at-bat app or on Reds.com, if you don't, do apps, then you will see that Nick Martinez is listed as the probable starter for Friday's game against the Padres. And if you're like me, you're looking at that and you're like, how's that possible? The guy's made 2 relief appearances in the last 3 days and he's going to start on Friday? What if he's only pitching 4 innings? Now, I get it. That still makes you wonder a little bit. You're going to have to use the bullpen a little bit more. But I kind of like that. He's not a guy that I ever foresee really giving the Reds a consistent number of 6 to 7 inning starts because of his deficiencies the third time through the order. Like, unless he's just on one day, that's going to happen. We've seen it before. But he's not on every day. No person in the world is on every day because it's exhausting. Even when you're in the zone. I mean, I have days like that where I'm in the zone. I'm podcasting, I'm doing that. I'm doing the ads, and I'm doing all the stuff, and everything is working perfectly. And then there are days where that doesn't happen. And I've got to do a couple of different takes on different ad reads and things like that. If Steve were on here, he would attest to that. He's going to be on tomorrow's show. He's going to have you the rest of the week. I've been solo these last 2 days, and Steve's going to be with you the rest of the week. But Steve would definitely attest to that. But there are some days that I'm on. It's not every day, though. And it's the same with Nick Martinez. It's the same with any baseball player. Even Elly Cruz, who is him, isn't on every single day. There are some days he goes over. That just happens. But the consistent part of Nick Martinez's game says pitch him 1 or 2 times through the order and then get him out of there. If he can do that, but do it more regularly than every 5th day, he might be finding a new way to provide that $21 million to the Reds. I am intrigued to see how this goes. And if this is just a temporary thing, then we'll come back and we'll readjust as to how we're looking at Nick Martinez. But I'm looking at Nick Martinez in a different way. And I think right now there's a lot of people that are probably just like, what are the Reds doing? What is Terry Francona doing? They're bringing a starting pitcher in as a relief pitcher. Maybe they're changing their understanding of Nick Martinez, because that would be intriguing. If we're talking about a guy that can give you 3 to 4 solid, it's probably more like 2 to 3 solid innings every other day or every 2 days, that could be a very interesting pitcher. We'll have to see how this one develops, because I'm very intrigued on this. His last 2 relief appearances have looked amazing. And quite frankly, over the past few years, it's been better when he has gone between being a starting pitcher and being a relief pitcher. When he goes for long periods, like the whole stretch that we got so excited about, that I got so excited about at the end of 2024, where he just pitched amazing from August through the end of the year, that is not normal for him. Most of his career shows if he is starting for a long period of time, there are points where he struggles a lot. And we've seen that to begin this season. He has had really good starts, and he's had some not so good starts. Maybe there's something to this. This hybrid role that he created with the Padres and then brought over here whenever the Reds signed him, maybe that's just who he needs to be. He is not a starter. He is not a reliever. He is both. He is Iron Man. That's going to do it for us today. Thanks so much for checking out today's Locked On Reds podcast. Appreciate everybody for hanging with me here. I know I've been not in my usual studio. I will be back next week in my usual studio, and Steve will take you the rest of the way this week. He's going to be reacting to everything that Chase Burns does tonight, and he's going to have more for you. Plus, you can also get Tim Daniel on the Reds postcast. Going to be so much coverage about this Chase Burns start right here on the Locked On Reds podcast. So make sure you subscribe. If you're not an everydayer and you got this far, you probably should become an everydayer. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube or on your favorite podcasting app, because we're on all of them out there. And make sure you check us out, because we will be Locked On Reds every single day.